Hi, I'm the PC Expert Amateur, and we're going to look at the NZXT F140 RGB fan. And this is one of those ones that uses a special 4-pin JST fan connector. So in order to use this correctly, you have to have an NZXT hub, like on the NZXT Flow series cases and so on. So it's kind of an irritation for me. It does have corner cushions, the round kind right there, that go partway into the corners, and it does have PWM connectors. There's no sleeving on the cables. And let's take a look at the color of the lights as soon as I can find my hub. Fortunately, I happen to have a set of similar fans in the 120 variety, so I've got this hub from them with the proprietary connectors, and it goes to SATA. It also is irritating because I have to plug it into USB on the motherboard. Just so vexing to have to do that. So I'm going to try to just do it via SATA. I really hate this ecosystem of theirs. So right now, this is all it's doing because I don't have it plugged into the USB. I can't plug it into the motherboard any other way because they don't have that option, except for the PWM, of course. So give me a few minutes. You know what? Screw it. This is more hassle than it's worth. For me to have to shut down my computer, plug in the USB to the motherboard, and then turn everything back on and get everything running so that it'll actually do something with the lights, because I don't remember whether this accepts ASUS. I don't think it does. So, you know, the lights work. I've tested it before, but yeah, it's just really ticks me off. This is one of the, you know, I like NZXT's customer service. I had a problem with one of their fans being defective in the 3-pack from which that hub came from, but they replaced it once I sent them picture and video of the fan lights malfunctioning, and that was relatively easy for me. Which, you know, in contrast to Leon Lee, that are very uncooperative and reticent despite, you know, high prices, and some of the other companies that just don't provide, you know, good service as well. But this is more hassle than I'm interested in putting up with at this point, especially since it's getting close to my bedtime. So we're just going to pretend that you saw the lighting. It works. It's fine. It looks just fine. We're going to move on to the sound test now. And here we go. And just to make sure that it's easy for you to see that that fan is moving, I've lit it up again. Something is rubbing. I don't know if you can you hear that? It's only at very low speed. There's a harmonic resonance. Another one. That's pretty loud. Again, of course, if this is in a case, it's not going to be as loud. But, you know, there's that, and there's the harmonic resonances and the annoyance of lighting it up. where you have to connect it to both SATA and USB in order to control the lighting. Otherwise, it's just this kind of like bluish white light like this. So what can we do with it? Well, good question. I'm glad you asked. So first of all, I'm going to unplug it from the light just so it doesn't accidentally snag. You know, the box says it's over 3 millimeters of water, but I feel like this is pretty equivalent to the F140P at about 2.75 or so. I think they've overstated the static pressure of this one, and that's unfortunate. But you know, sometimes companies make mistakes, and sometimes it's not a mistake. Let's say that this is good for whatever you want to use it for, unless you're working with a really dense radiator like the new Height AIO that has an insanely dense radiator and won't fit a lot of cases. So let's go ahead and look at the specs. Okay, so the NZXT F140 RGB RF-RF14SF-B1. It has a proprietary DRGB system, which is one of the more irritating ones because they've deliberately made it so that you can't just randomly plug it into somebody else's equipment and expect it to work. Or rather, you might actually damage it. It is a $22 fan. Just another reason why I'm not happy with it. It seems like, while they have good customer service, they seem to think that they can provide more expensive fans at a higher price, but not with longevity. And they haven't even resolved the harmonic resonance issue. And I think that just doesn't make sense. FCC, UKCA, CEU, Underwriter Labs, E364792 ROHS, and 1 Asian certification. Made in China, 140 by 26 millimeters, 60,000 hours of life, 2 years, 18 ARGB LEDs. As far as I know, it's only compatible with NZXT CAM, but who knows? There might be others like Open RGB and Signal RGB. 200 grams, 7 blades, 125 millimeters between the mounting holes, 500 to 1800 RPMs with a variance of plus or minus 300 RPMs, 24.85 to 89.48 CFMs of airflow, 0.94 to 3.39, and I'm calling BS on that right there, millimeters of water for static pressure, 20 to 32.5 decibels, 60 centimeter cable and for the fan, and it's not daisy chainable or sleeved. 59 centimeters for the LEDs, not daisy chainable or sleeved. PWM, and it does not come with the hub. And 4-pin NZXT for the LEDs. Fluid dynamic bearing, 12 volts, 3.6 watts, 0.3 amps. And there's absolutely no information about the LEDs. So I'll assume that it's 5 volts, but I really don't know. No indicators of rotation and flow, turns in a clockwise direction, 4 screws, and hole cushions. Well, kind of hole cushions. And that's all. I'd like to thank Grindler at Bleeping Computer for allowing me to share my videos and posts on his website. Bleeping Computer has a lot of resources, including vetted programs, malware removal instructions, malware removal volunteers, other kinds of volunteers for IT, cybersecurity information, and more. It's a great place to go. Give it a try. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great day.